I'm a sustainability specialist at GKN Aerospace. And actually, this title that I got, sustainability specialist, is actually due to the fact that I've been involved with sustainability research projects with BTH since 2015. So from BTH, I've gained the knowledge about sustainability, which has led to this role. And now I'm sort of in a position where I can implement sustainability research within the company. And I will talk about our sustainability journey at GKN. I will start before I got involved in 2015, but I'll start the journey a little bit prior to that. But I'll focus on sustainability so by not be limiting to the MD3S project. There's been other sustainability related research projects with BTH, so I'll involve a little bit of results from those as well. So you get sort of a whole picture of how BTH has supported us in our sustainability journey. Shortly, a little bit about GKN Aerospace, for those of you who are not so familiar with our company. We are a global company, sites all across the world. We develop components to aircrafts, different types of components at different parts of the world. In Sweden, in Trollhättan, we're focused on aircraft engines. So we design and develop components to aircraft engines in collaboration with the engine OEM. We're also responsible for the RM12 engine for the Gripen fighter. And we do also components to space rockets. But in talking about sustainability, in the aerospace industry, we're of course very much focused on the climate impact. I know sustainability is a lot more than that. But we do have a great focus on the climate impact in the aerospace industry. And for us, making an aircraft engine where climate impact is very much related to fuel consumption. And for us, that's also very much related to weight. Like you have a light weight, you have a low fuel consumption, which means that you have a low climate impact, since our biggest impact on the climate is during the use. And so this is something we've been working on for many years, making things light and reducing the fuel consumption. But even from the beginning of sort of the company existence almost. But we've been trying to reduce the fuel consumption mainly due to cost in the back time, because fuel is expensive. Airlines don't want to pay a lot of money. So we've been working for many years on reducing fuel consumption. Recently, of course, we do that not only due to cost, but due to sustainability in the climate. So a lot of things has happened, and we have been able to reduce the fuel in several ways during the history. And if we hadn't been able to do that, the aerospace industry would have a lot higher impact than we do today, actually. But at GKN, we're focusing on making things like developing composite material, additive manufacturing to be able to do these optimized designs that are topology optimized or honeycomb structure and things like that. So those are things that we're working with and will continue to work with. But going into the collaboration with BTH and our history, I'll go back to 2009. I think the collaboration with BTH started a little bit earlier than that, but in 2009, that's when we started getting this life cycle approach. And we started doing qualitative life cycle assessment. We call it an environmental impact assessment. So we went through the life cycle and identified how all the different phases affect the environment. And this was also sort of a result from some research with BTH at that time. And later, we also realized that one of our issues are regarding critical materials. Since an aircraft engine is very hot, we need to have materials that can deal with the heat, but at the same time being very light. So we use a lot of nickel-based alloys that contains cobalt, niobium, tin, and things that are minerals that can be quite scarce, and there is also can be possible conflict minerals. So in a collaboration with BTH, we created what we call a material criticality tool, where we can assess the different alloys that we have and make a better sustainability choice when we choose our materials. This is something that was developed in 2012-ish, but we have updated it since then several times, and right now we're making the tool global for other sites to use as well. In 2016, there was a research project where we focused on getting sustainability into our technology development. So since we realized we need to make sustainable decision as early as possible. So we have a sort of TRL, technology readiness level gates, where when we develop a technology, it goes through gates as it matures. So we got sustainability as part of that gating process. So that was also something that was developed by BTH and something that we have implemented and developed further. And right now we're also implementing that globally within GKN. So not only in Trollhättan, but in other sites are going to use this step-by-step approach as well. And these sort of three things, we took the approach of the technology development process, and we created a tool which we call sustainability impact assessment. So it does have the step-by-step approach, just like in the technology development. We use basically an environmental impact assessment, but we now call it sustainability impact assessment. So you also have a focus on social impact as well as business implications in there as well. And also the material criticality tool is also something that is connected to what we call our SIA, Sustainability Impact Assessment. So that's also something that we have developed within GKN, but BTH has supported us in that development. And when there are new sustainability research, we try to implement that to this SIA tool, which has become sort of a basis for our sustainability tools. And this we now also connected not only to technology development process, but also to our product development process. In 2020-ish, we invested in the Gabi software, so we can do quantitative LCs as well. So that's something that we've been working with since then. We've also created global sustainability networks within GKN. So we have different sustainability work streams, we call it, on different sustainability topics. So we collaborate across sites on sustainability related challenges. So within those networks, we are working on implementing these types of tools so that they can be spread globally within the company. We've also recently developed a sustainability fingerprint tool, which is used in very early phases where we're about to, should we start to develop this project or not? So it has a more of a management point of view as well. So that's also something that we have developed in collaboration with BTH to assess the project's sustainability. And we have also developed a sustainability board game. Julia was here, was not here. Which we have used for educational purposes. Yeah, it sort of captures our sustainability challenges along our life cycle. So that's also something that we have used. Right now, we're focusing on sustainability product declaration development. So that's something that we have sort of initiated now to sort of capture how sustainability creates value for us, or customer value, ensure customer value, I should say. So this is sort of an overview of what BTH and GKN has done in collaboration when it comes to sustainability. Looking forward, we are quite focused on handling the climate issue, of course. We see that there are various types of technologies in order to handle this climate crisis. So there's a lot of innovation going on in the industry right now. A lot of things are happening. We see that if in the future we will use different types of aircraft engines and fuel in order to travel. You have, for very short distances, you have the electrified engines. And we also, something that we're developing a lot is hydrogen. And hydrogen can either be used with a fuel cell and an electric engine, or you can use hydrogen in combination with a gas turbine, like the engines that we have today. Then you can reach a little bit further again. And for these very long distance flight, there is sustainable aircraft fuel, which is biofuel. That is SAF is available today, but used way too little. We need more of it. So there's a lot of technology development and a lot of innovation going on, and of course we will need a future collaboration with BTH in order to handle how we should these challenges that we are still facing. Because I said this was a sustainability journey, but we have not reached this destination. We still have a lot of challenges ahead of us. And this is our vision, to be the most trusted and sustainable partner in the sky. And that's something that we are working with.